crispy. Spontaneous trip over to the Bahamas. We're only here for 2 days. The plan is just to spearfish and get as much fish as we can for a little grocery haul and head back to the States. So I will see y'all in the water. We made it to the beautiful waters of the Bahamas. We started off doing some lobstering, which this is the first time I've ever lobstered in the Bahamas. And using a pole spear and utilizing these lobster condos, also called casitas, is something that you don't do in Florida. In Florida, you have to use a tickle stick and a net or a snare. And we pull this thing back and there's lobster everywhere. And I actually missed right here. I get bumped. So let him swim by and I line up again for a second shot. And was a success that time. You do need to be careful whenever you're spearing lobster. You need to make sure they're of legal size and that they don't have any eggs underneath. And so after getting the lobster, took it off and brought it to the boat, and I hopped back in because I saw some triggerfish. And these fish are extremely difficult to shoot because they don't rock up. So they're always on the move. And in the Bahamas, you have to use a pole spear. And it is very, very difficult to do. So I'm going to let this play out and turn the volume up a little bit because the excitement is real. This was a bucket list fish for me.
With a paralyzer?
It was hard to contain my excitement on that one. Anyways, we are on a new spot and we are strictly spearfishing from here on out. Well, or so I thought. So this coral head didn't have a lot of life on it, but I dove down anyways just to see what was happening. And I come around this corner and I noticed that there was something underneath the rocks. And you'll see on the next dive why I took my time, and I'll explain that. So I come up and take a deep breath. We're not in very deep water, so can manage to do a quick recovery and make another dive. And dive down now that I know what I'm looking for. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lobster under there. And I line up, get a great shot on it. And the reason that I went up and took another breath is because lobster don't typically swim away if they spot you. They'll typically stay put. A little bit different than spearfishing. If you see a fish, if you don't react right then and there, a lot of times that fish will swim off. So got lucky that all I saw was a lobster, not a fish. So this was probably our 5th or 6th spot of the day. We did a lot of hopping around. I mean, a ton of different dives. And this was some of the most clear water I got to see throughout this 2-day trip. And there's some fish at the very, very bottom. You can barely see. You can see a blue one down there. A couple of them, actually. And I noticed there was a fish worth checking out, so I take a deep breath and I swim down, and I'm just going to let this play out. Got an absolute perfect shot on this hogfish. It was one of the few times that I actually got to stone a fish. It's very, very difficult to do with a pole spear. So was super, super pumped to get that shot on it. So we're always trying to be safe out here and dive with a buddy. And I noticed he's starting to swim down, so I follow him. And he takes a very, very difficult shot at this grouper swimming. It's really hard to do with a pole spear. And then this grouper decides to rock up. You can actually see the edge of the tail right here. And I honestly don't know how I missed this fish. I really don't. I mean, that hole was very, very small. But missed it nonetheless. And I'm going to let the rest of this clip kind of play out naturally.
Oh, I got a grouper. It's just stuck.
So I got that shot, and I probably spent 10 minutes just hovering over this pole spear, trying to catch my breath. The current was ripping.
It's not that big, but that works for it.
Alright, so we changed spots again. This was 2 days of diving, and we probably did, 200 dives, and you're just seeing the highlights. You can see all the fish on this rock right here, this coral head. I mean, it's stunning. And I come up for a breath of air, and then my buddy calls me over to watch his back because he sees a fish. I don't know if you can hear it, but he said come look out for a shark for him. So while he's going to go dive for that fish, I'm going to have his back and look around for the old tax man. And sure enough, as soon as I turn around, you'll see this shark come on frame. They are everywhere over here in the Bahamas. And he didn't bother us, just swam off, but it's always nice to have an extra set of eyes behind you, just in case. So we actually thought we saw some snapper swim over into this coral head. And I'm just trying to catch my breath before I go down and make a dive.
that. I'm pretty sure that snapper's right here.
So on that dive, the camera didn't pick it up, but when I was looking into that coral head, I saw a big red tail, and that's why I thought it was a snapper. And as soon as I dove on a different part of this coral head, I saw what it was and got to line up a shot. And just stay tuned, you'll see. Something that I don't think I've mentioned yet is, I don't know if you've noticed, I've held all the fish out of the water. The Bahamian guy that's driving the boat for us and taking us to all these spots, that's just what he says to do, just to keep the fish from fluttering. There's so many different ways you can do it. You can hold it to your chest, brain it right then and there. There's multiple ways to skin a cat, but he drives over and we hand off the fish, and there's that.
Oh, that's like a trout.
This was one of my favorite clips from the trip because I'm on this coral head and there's not a lot going on, and it's just crazy how fast things can change in the ocean. Like this big school of fish just show up out of nowhere.
Hey, do you like yellow jack? There's a bunch of them.
This is by far the most fish I saw in one spot, and honestly it's kind of overwhelming to see that many, and I just straight up missed right there. I wasn't sure which one to choose, so I got a second shot and took my time this time. When most people hear jack, they think of a jack crevalle and they don't think of a good eating fish, but yellow jack is delicious. It's really, really good to make sashimi with. And they are plentiful, so take them if you want.
He's got to take our spears for a minute.
All right, so they called me over here, the people I was diving with, to come help out with this fish. There are 2 pole spears down here already, and somebody put a shot in a large fish and it broke off, and we didn't want to leave it there. I mean, it's injured, it's rocked up, and this whole process probably took 20 plus dives. It was super hard to see the fish in here, so we had to let the sand and everything kind of calm down in order for us to see the fish. And this was the local Bahamian. He was telling me where to enter the coral head, and he was going to go down there and try to push the fish out. The fish was pretty injured at this point, so we just needed to get a second shot in it and in order to pull him out. And you'll see it's a pretty big fish, probably the biggest fish that we got to shoot while we were down here. If you pause the video right now, you'll be able to see the fish's tail. And I mean, this was a stud of a hogfish. Couple meat shots, which isn't ideal, but we got him nonetheless, and feel a lot better about getting the fish out and just instead of letting it die there. And you can see the extra slip tip in this fish on the other side. I mean, it broke off, and glad we got this one out. Oh man, dude, this thing's massive.
Yeah, that was a fucking stud of a
God.
hog, big dog.
That is a good one.
Open his mouth up.
Sheesh.
Yeah, there you go.
God, what a good one.
Is that?
All right, we just got back from an amazing day of spearfishing, and so now we're just gonna clean some fish, and the next time I see y'all, I'll be back in the States. So quick 2-day trip, and when I see y'all, it'll be in the kitchen. All right, we are back in the States, and the plan is to cook this whole triggerfish on the grill. That was shot 2 days ago in the Bahamas.
Same quote for the story.
A little olive oil, just on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
No salt or pepper or anything. All right. Going on the grill. No foil, no nothing. Just straight on the coals. Coals. Wow. And cover it up for 6 minutes. That didn't take long at all. Oh, it's crispy. Looking good.
So yes, sir. And
Alright, so all you're gonna do is just peel the skin off like that. Take that off. And then all of this is just perfect edible meat. Man, this looks amazing. Other side's ready. Alright, I'll get the first bite if nobody else will.
Let me get that first bite. No! Let me get that first bite, please.
Look how white that is.
Let me see.
You can't be on here.
Why?
I don't know.
Who said that?
So good. All right, there's so much going on over here that I'm just going to hang out with the friends and enjoy the meal. But if y'all have any questions about how to cook that triggerfish, please let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. And hope y'all enjoyed the video. I had so much fun, and it was super nice to get to redeem myself with the pole spear, because if you check out my last video, I could not catch anything. So anyways, just want to thank y'all for watching and have a good one.